Well, ladies and gentlemen, things have gotten very bad for Gavin Newsom, one of the most well known governors here in the United States. He was supposedly a frontrunner for the 2028 Democrat nomination. I had said right after the election that I thought Newsom was just a placeholder and that they weren't going to go with him because they just went with Kamala from California, Newsom also being from there, not really relating to the Midwest, the Rust Belt, the very important swing state. So I thought they were already going to bypass him. But now people are obviously talking about the fires, the crazy fires that are still raging in California. And Newsom is trying to step up as a leader and show that he is like, I mean, he does this thing to where he tries to act like the president. I mean, they say he takes these briefings and it's like, he's like, tries to act super presidential. It's very strange. But now we've got a situation to where I'm going to give everyone the lowdown, the breakdown on what's going on here, because liberals are claiming Republicans are making, it about politics is a tragedy. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't politicize the event. When in reality, liberals are the ones that try and take away rights from law-abiding American citizens after a shooting. We know that happens. That's 10 times worse than what Republicans are doing here because they try and take rights away, as opposed to Republicans just saying, look, this is total fire mismanagement. Trump said you needed to have things in place. I mean, we saw back in 2018, it looked like hell on earth. You guys remember the videos, the viral videos. I mean, people are in California driving on a highway. They see a massive fire. These fires they've been a problem for a while now. They did not take the proper precautions. They did not do the necessary burns. And now you've got Newsom, because he's so egotistical, he's got like his DEI secretary setting up this site to where he's fact checking everything and he's saying no because he wants to be the Democratic nominee in 2028. And I mean, there's been reports that he's obsessed with DeSantis, and that's why he debated DeSantis, and he wants to be like the Democrat version of DeSantis and really be the leader within the Democratic Party. And so he's come out now and he sees this as an opportunity, but Republicans are killing him. And let's really talk about the crux to this entire thing. We hear over and over again every single year, California is very liberal and it's by far the most powerful state in the U.S. It would be, if it was a country by itself, it'd be extremely powerful. Well, then why can you not get, this situation under control to where we've seen it year in and year again, and people exclaim, the experts say, look, it's one bad wind away from this being a catastrophic situation. Well, guess what? Now we've got a catastrophic situation. Now we've got California needing a handout from the federal government after years of being told California is by far the most wealthy. You would think they would have a mitigation program in place to where this doesn't happen. But now Gavin Newsom's sitting back like, no, you're lying about everything. There's nothing that could have been done. God himself could not have prevented this. It's just what happens based off of the climate. Yeah, we agree. There are fires in California based off of the dry climate and the winds. It's not a good combination. The embers blow everywhere. And also you've got all this looting going on, and that's just typical California culture because of the people they let into that state. So many illegals. I mean, California's already, they said they plan on putting laws in place because they know Trump's going to try and pass an act to make every single state, it's like national voter ID. We know that's coming, or at least Trump's going to try and do it. It's going to be very hard to implement because the liberal states are like, I mean, that's how we win elections. We can't have that. That's off the table. If it requires national voter ID, we're not going to win any elections. And you're the racist, by the way, for saying that we need that. You're the racist. So see, it's the gaslighting. We're racist for wanting national voter ID when all the liberal far left European countries admit, you need national voter ID. I mean, there's fraud that goes on. This is why we need this. We're a country. I mean, even Bernie Sanders says, no, we don't want the illegals here. We're a country. We support American citizens. And people that are further left than Bernie say, no, Americans are disgusting and we should hate ourselves. And so that's the big issue. But let's get back to Newsom. So Newsom, it's just this whole thing to where it's like now Newsom's the victim, the California government's the victim. This has always been a problem. There's always the potential for these bad fires, and it actually happens. And you would think, based off of everything that we've been told about California being this ultra superpower, that they would be able to put things in place, considering we just saw viral videos in 2018 of mountainsides burning. It looks like a hellscape. It's like, hey, maybe if there's a problem to where the weather blows the wrong way, this is going to be a big issue. Maybe we should really treat this as a serious problem. And now here's Newsom forcing his people to set up these websites. You need to set this up. They're, the Republicans are, they're making this event political. They're making me look bad. I'm the 2028 nominee. How dare you? And like all these, experts and people that study behavior and human psychology, they're like, yeah, this guy has a personality disorder. And it doesn't surprise me. I mean, you look at Newsom and like, look at this. He's got all this. Look at this. All of these lies. California fire facts. The embers haven't even been put out, and he's already got this website trying to make himself look better. This is disgusting. This is absolutely appalling. And this is what liberals do. They don't care. They just care about optics. Gavin Newsom is so obsessed with how people view him. And so it's like, no, you know what? I'm not going to make any calls. You make that website to make me look better right now. That's what Newsom thinks. This is the fire. Maybe put out the fires first. Can we do that? Are you this obsessed with yourself and your self-image and being the nominee in 2028? Really? And then you're going to yell at me for saying, oh, you're making a terrible situation political. And it's just more so about Republicans. Because I really haven't talked about this much, but, yeah, well, what about when you guys say we need to ban guns when there's a shooting? I mean, that's taking rights away from normal citizens. But no, that's not political. That's not. No, you're right. So see the double standard. And Newsom's got some real problems. Newsom was never going to be the nominee. He's obsessed with himself. This is not how a leader acts. A leader doesn't go and try and make himself look better and forces people, go make this website for me. Make me look better. The fires haven't even been put out yet. And you're already obsessed with your self-image and trying to correct these lies. Well, you're the most valuable state in the United States. Why don't you actually have a mitigation plan in place when we see half of the countryside burning in 2018? Maybe that needs to be something that needs to be looked at. But no, you know what we saw from one of the leaders within the firefighter union in California after 2018? She said, the more diversity, the better. And so it's, the most diverse matters in California, not the best, not the most effective. And that's the big issue. But no, we're not allowed to say that because then that's us politicizing it. We can't say that. We can't criticize liberals. I'm sorry. We can't criticize liberals. I'm sorry. No, everything they do is fine. They criticize DeSantis with hurricanes and stuff and then say we're stupid. But I'm sorry. Let's see, this is what it is. It's the double standard. And this is just, I mean, you're really going to put up a website to try and make yourself look better? Seriously? Maybe put the fires out first. This is pathetic. And this is not how a leader acts. And DeSantis and Newsom never had a chance anyways. I said after the election, he was a placeholder. He was never going to be the nominee. Because the liberals don't want someone from California. It's an extreme disadvantage. You need to win the important states. It's a North Carolina. It's Pennsylvania. It's, Wisconsin. Georgia, California. It's just not, you need someone from preferably the Midwest, but at least that side of the country rather than another California elitist, which is what Newsom is. But Newsom's got a real nerve to do this. And this just shows you where Newsom's head is at. It's like there's this horrible fire going on. And no, the first thing we need to do, we need to drop everything and make a website to make me look good. Would you look at all this? Wow. And he's been linking it like in Twitter posts. He links it. He's like, look at this. Look how right I am. I know all these Republicans are wrong. Well, Ted, your state is so valuable and so powerful. How do you not have a plan in place to make sure these fires don't spread and just burn up neighborhoods that are worth, billions of dollars? And now we've got an issue with insurance companies, and there's going to have to be some federal money involved. A lot of it, I'm sure. But no. California is better than all of us. There's no way to do anything about this. I mean, that's what Newsom is basically saying. He's saying we couldn't have done anything better. It was just going to happen one way or another, just because we're the rich. I mean, we get told they're like the richest. I mean, they'd be like one of the most powerful countries ever. So shouldn't you be able to do something about this beforehand? I mean, we've seen fires happen. Trump talked about this 2018, 2019. You need to control burns, the forest floor, and then you've got the environmentalists saying, no, you can't do that. It'll disrupt the ecosystem. So we can't have that, but then this ends up happening. It gets out of control. The embers go everywhere because of the wind, and it blows the wrong way. I mean, you've got Rogan in 2024 saying, an expert told me that this is going to get really bad if they don't do anything, and this is what happens. It's not like this is, oh my goodness, this is just totally out of left field. So this is the unfortunate situation with Newsom in California. And he's just going to say, you know what, make me look good. And he's obsessed with his public image. And this type of behavior is just unacceptable in American politics. And he's trying to really be like this DeSantis level leader when DeSantis is a natural disaster in Florida. It's just like when he debated DeSantis, like he's a DeSantis wannabe almost. And now DeSantis got whooped by Trump. So it's like you're a wannabe of DeSantis, but DeSantis is not even, I still like DeSantis, but it's like it's just this weird thing where it's like he follows DeSantis around and he's like the wannabe and he tries to study DeSantis, and now he's out there doing all these weird movements and stuff with his arms and stuff. It's just very strange. And so that's just the current situation when it comes to California. And as you can see, Newsom's like, Newsom's bragging on, Gavin, the fire's not even out yet. Can you stop giving yourself credit for 1 second and actually do something? I guess that's too much to ask for from a leader. Either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.